And welcome. This is Archana here with Divine Soul Resonance, welcoming everyone to my channel with all my love and all my heart. If you're coming to my channel for the first time, I welcome you. I thank you for visiting me. And to all my beautiful existing subscribers, thank you, my lovelies, my wonderful people, for all the love and support. Truly, I get so excited when I'm seeing like my channel's growing, and it makes me feel so good. Makes me feel so good, for I know I'm on my path, that my messages, my energy is resonating with many of you, and it is so wonderful to hear your stories, to hear how it is helping you on your journey. Truly, that is the intention with which I started this channel. So with that, what I'm bringing forth today is a spread, tarot reading, oracle reading, messages, however much you want to say that, for light workers. If you resonate with the vibration of a light worker, you know, who is a light worker? Someone who is looking at their darkness, looking at the light and the dark, the polarities, and then making that conscious choice to choose the lighter version, the higher dimensional version of a reality. That is my definition. That is my understanding of a light worker. If you resonate with that vibration, what I'm actually wanting to do is to just tap into, to see what is it that you need to know right now. So I have taken this spread. I am being inspired by Emerald Lotus Divination. So there are some questions that I'll be asking in this. So what I'll look at is, what's your energy right now as a light worker? Why have you incarnated on Earth at this particular time? Then I'll look at how you can use your energy to be of service here, and how you can come into more of a deeper self-awareness and honoring your gifts. Now see, many of us question as light workers, why am I facing these shadows? Why is my life full of challenges? Why are these roadblocks coming in my life, and other people seem to, get it easy, or have things that are just kind of handed down to them? It's so unfair. So we on this path as light workers, as bearers of light, searchers for light, to anchor in that lighter vibration, to anchor in a higher dimensional reality collectively, it gets a bit challenging. So we tend to forget, what is our mission? Why did we incarnate on Earth? There was a reason why you came here exactly at this moment in time. Whether there is chaos, whether you see that there is a fall in an understanding, to fall to vices, fall to different aspects. Why you? Why you in this moment in time, in this era? Why you? Those are the deeper questions, and we'll look at, I meditated on which energies would be wonderful, which energies would most help me to bring forth the message for you. Okay, this is a general reading. If you want to know specifically what your energetic match is, what your energy is emanating, how that energy can be of best of service, sometimes we fall into patterns of what I should do because that is what an expectation is, rather than what I feel at the core. And that's part of being a light worker, is to overcome, to transcend these limitations, to transcend these barriers, and come closer into alignment, to come closer to who we are at the core, and that is our source energy, to be in alignment with that. So with that, I've invited your higher selves, guides, ascended beings, and beings of unconditional love and light to guide me through in this reading. So the first question is your energy as a light worker. Angels, what is my viewers' energy as a light worker collectively at this time? What is their energetic imprint right now? Past life activation. Light workers, you're going through a major upgrade right now. What is my viewers' energy as a light worker, bearers of light, seekers of truth, those who feel drawn to the energy of light. Okay, I'll take the one that flipped over. Energy of people as a light worker at this moment in time. Thank you, angels. So what we have received here as messages in this moment in time for those who are connecting right now, my light workers, is past life activation. And I'm using the Archetypes deck, and this is the first time I'm using it. I'm going to be speaking directly from the book on what they represent. And we got the Venom, and we have the Healer as two archetypal energies that are part of your energetic imprint at this time. And we have here with 7 as the 7 of Cups. For those of you who are not familiar with the concept of archetypes, in a simple way, I mean, there's no simple way of describing an archetype. It is, think of it as shared collective themes, shared collective aspects of the selves. Like if we talk about there's a warrior energy. It runs through across the dimension of time, meaning you have seen them in previous generations and you see them now, and they run across cultures, so they transcend all barriers of time and space. So these are energetic collections, similar themes, similar patterns that move beyond any time, space, culture, race, or religion. That's the simplest way in which I can explain what an archetype is. So what's coming up as your energy as a light worker here, the first part is this energy I want to talk about is the Venom. The Venom. When you look at it, there's a lot of dark. There's earth in there, but it's hidden in that dark. And I'm seeing these claws. They almost feel like the claws or the jaws of something scary. That's something fearful when I look at it. Now, in this book, this talks about that there are certain aspects where she has written that these are the tools. And I will read what the meaning of the tools is. It says here, think of the many myths and fairy tales that are centered around a sacred object or a tool. The protagonist may lose a glass slipper or be given a sword, need to find a ring, deliver a map, break a spell, or send a silver arrow into the heart of the enemy. In these cases, the object represents much beyond itself. We too relate to worldly objects in this way. We may find ourselves terrified to plant the seed for the next project. When things get tough, our words may take on a sharp edge of the knife rather than the gentle openness of the prayer. So it's saying that these are requiring deep attention, and they represent. So this is what it is. When they appear, know that they are representing the objects, the concepts, the skills, or moments that need attention in the narrative of your life. Okay. So they are needing attention in some sort of a narrative that is running in your life. So they're serving as a tool that's coming up. So that's a wonderful discovery about you as a light worker, your energy imprint at this time. So I'm going to move to what this talks about. And this talks about Venom is the poison, the curse, the toxin. Much to our dismay, the venom always is lurking in the shadows in one form or another. Its toxic presence may be found in our relationships, thoughts, speech, or environment. Thankfully, the cycle of purification and detoxification comes so naturally that it is built into our every exhale. We breathe out carbon dioxide and the plants return it to us as oxygen. Archetypal venom is rarely remedied as easily. However, it can come in potent forms and quantities that are deeply damaging to us and to the world. When the venom card appears, there is a harmful substance in our psychic realm, okay, psychic debris, okay, that's what I would like to say, that must be identified. That must be identified. There is a harmful substance in our psychic realm that must be identified. Perhaps your words have a sting of poison about them. Perhaps a relationship is slowly draining your reserves. Acknowledgement is the first step. Change is the second. The remedy will reveal itself in time, and with it, forgiveness. When it's in the light form, there is self-realization through suffering. When you harm another, you harm yourself. Keep in mind, this goes for our earth as well as it has cosmic consequences. So the spreading of the venom is like a chain reaction. When we strike others, it is likely we have ourselves been struck. So it is time for you to break that cycle. It is time for you to break that cycle because you have been hurt, because you have been struck, because you have been wounded. We only come from that place of wounding. And you as a light worker have this gift that is your energetic print. What is the energetic imprint? What I'm sensing as the energetic imprint is your ability to break this cycle of anger, hate, harmfulness towards another, wishing ill for another. That cycle must be broken. And therefore, what you might be experiencing in your life right now would be a chain of events that are taking place where past life activation is taking place. Okay. With this past life activation card, I read only intuitively, except these archetypes, which I feel are so deep that I wanted to bring forth what she has written here. What I'm picking up here as your energetic imprint is, with this energy, with your ability to break the toxic cycle, to break this spreading of the venom, okay, in the consciousness. And I'll talk about something about dimensions, and not here right now. I'll probably do a video on dimensions. There's some people who have done an amazing research and written about it, and I want to bring that up on my channel about dimensions and about density, about what we are holding as an energetic imprint, okay? So you have been imprinted with, that's what your core signature is. What I'm picking up is that you have the ability that you've gone into, let me put it this way, you've gone into a certain part of town. Think of it when we say you're visiting a bad part of town. You visit it like a shadowy realm, let's say. Okay, I don't even want to give it any name. You visited a, let me say, okay, I have sage here. I want to give a good example so you can kind of understand what I'm saying. So this part of the sage has completely been burnt and it's just looking like dark and black and stuff before I was adding new. So you visited this part of town. Okay, so there's a lot of destruction. There's a lot of things that are not to life. It's not going to burn. It's not going to bring any light or warmth or anything. It's gone. Okay, so this, I'm not going to say this is venom, but think of it, you visited this part of town. Now, because you were burnt in this process, because there were fights going on, there was mistrust, and it was ego taken over, like man eats man. Okay, that's what I'm feeling. Human eats human. That's what I'm feeling here. And with that, you were burnt. You lost. You were hurt. You were hurt. That's all I can say. And there was a lot of pain that was generated. So now this venom is spreading everywhere, right? Now you're angry because you're hurt. Now anything and anybody that anybody says or does is going to hurt you. So you can only respond from that place of hurt, okay? But pure, deep inside, you know the core. You know the core. It all is that. It was creator core. So to break this cycle, you, light worker, are going to be able to, you are going to be needing to, apologies, you're going to be needing to look at when someone's throwing venom at you. First is how you're going to protect yourself. Second is going to be, must you react? Must you come from that place of reaction? Must you come from that place? Because you know, that's your core signature, that I must break this cycle. I must be the brave one. I must have that courage. And I can tap into this courage because you have it. You've done this before. You do this all the time. You know this. This is your core signature pattern, is to be able to break the pattern. Okay, break this pattern. And perhaps you're experiencing a lot of shadows come up in your life right now, where relationships are not working, or there is this unrest within you, which is very apparent in the world around us. Everything outside shows a reflection of what's taking place in the consciousness. Collective consciousness doesn't mean individual consciousness, collective consciousness. And the collective consciousness is at a deep unrest. So looking for light. So there's a lot of, with this past life activation, what I'm sensing is that there's a lot of old traumas that are coming to surface in this moment in time on humanity in 2022. That's the time I'm doing this reading. It's coming up to surface. And with all of this, think of it as septic wounds, things coming up, this poison coming out. And yesterday I went in for I am a follower of Shiv Yoga, and Babaji was talking about, and in Hindi we say, how do I put it? I'm going to have to explain it in English. It says Samundar Manthan, which is when you are distilling, you're going in for purification. When you're going in purification and you're purifying and you're going in to find that sacredness, to discover, to rediscover that before this burn there was this innocent soul, there was this innocent pure soul that still exists. Okay, so what is this? What is all this? So when we start and dive into this ocean, this depth of ocean of finding the sacredness, the beauty, the love, the purity, divinity, for us to find and connect with that divinity, what's going to first come out is going to be poison. And I see this archetypal energy of poison here. So if poison is coming out, know that wonderful things are coming to light. That it must first, you're cleansing that out. You're cleansing this bowl out. So all that, when you're scrubbing that pot that was filled, that was burned, and you want this to come back to its original part, you're scrubbing it and scrubbing it and scrubbing it, and all that stuff, carbonation and things that took over, oxidation first has to come out. And when all that comes out, then comes that beautiful, brilliant diamond. Okay, your energetic imprint, if you're experiencing that in your life right now, that there's turmoil, that there's turbulence, that there is feelings of lack and feelings of loss. And what is all this? Because we're coming back into wholeness. We're coming back into wholeness. Okay, well. So first step is acknowledgement, and second is change. And the remedy is going to reveal itself. What's also your energetic imprint is the archetype, the archetypal energy that exists within you, my beautiful light worker, is that of the healer. Oh, and it's so interesting. I was just randomly wanting to put like markers, and in this deck from the Lightworker deck, what I have is Master Healing card number 33 under the Archetypes page, which says the healer. And it says here, your imprint is the light worker, the gifted, the old soul. Though some claim the work of the healer as their gift and name it as their dharma, the force of this archetype is within everyone. It is our natural inclination to remember, to return to, and to reclaim that central and eternal life force form, which we so easily drift away from. In Sanskrit, the word avidya means forgetting. And it is said that this is the source of all suffering and dis-ease. The healer's mission then becomes to move through the comfort of forgetting, because there is comfort in forgetting, because you don't know. Okay? So what is it? The healer's mission is to move through the comfort of forgetting, through the veils of ignorance and denial, to reveal the radiance that already exists. The healer approaches this in multiple ways, from multiple angles, knowing the cycle of healing is not linear. It is a multi-layered and circuitous process, always leading back to its origin, much like the I don't know how to say this, Ouroboros, this three-headed snake. It's interesting. One of my readings, I said one of the signs and symbols you're going to see as an omen of a shift taking place in your life. And I think that reading has to come up online. I just did that recently, and it was a snake. And here comes that snake. Back to the origin. When you are in the light form, it's self-contained, grateful, and awake. The wounded healer is not someone who was wounded and is now healed. It is someone who continues to courageously break open the self and the ego as a means for deep integration. So the wounded healer is not someone who was wounded and now is healed. It's someone who is on this continuous journey, courageously breaking open the self and the ego as a means for deep integration. And that is what your core signature is. Deep integration, breaking free from these old cycles, the paradigms where there was hurt, and that's where we talk about the past lives, etc. And that is your core signature. And I said paradigm, and there comes on the other page was paradigm shift. That's what you have within you as your core signature. With the Seven of Cups, what it's signifying to me is that you may feel like I'm lost. You may be lost in what was spread. Okay, this is what others are doing, and I should do that. I shouldn't do something else. So you get lost in what we call as Maya. We get lost in this illusion. We get lost in this comfort zone, comfort of forgetting. So the comfort of forgetting, you've chosen and incarnated as a light worker. This is your signature pattern. You are this healer to bring in that integration within the self, to go back in. Okay? And that's why you have this strong ability to activate things that you need, yourself individually need to activate your personal gifts. We're going to come back to that. Wow, I did not expect the first energetic imprint when I did the practice run. Yes, I do a practice run of all of them. It wasn't this long, but this was an intense archetype that I tapped into. So thank you, angels. Thank you. Wow. Okay, the second question is, why have you incarnated on Earth? Let's look at why you have incarnated on Earth. Why have the people incarnated on Earth at this very moment in time? At this point in time, in this era? Why are they here? Why are the people here? Thank you. This is so synchronistic. Lifting the veil. Questioning everything. Anything unaligned must go. You chose this. Why have you incarnated on Earth? Questioning everything. Questioning. This is feeling like, I think, which movie did I see? I think I saw Poseidon. I think it was Poseidon. I think so. And they get lost in that particular place. And to me, it always comes in as like, you get lost in Vegas. I mean, that's all I can think of. is because everything is so shiny, everything's so bright, everything's like, oh wow, this is so beautiful, this is so gorgeous, this is this, and I want to do this, I want to look a certain way, I want to dress this, I want to eat the best foods, and I want to go on these vacations. So we are in this veil, and the real self is shrouded. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So your why you incarnated on earth here, it was, yeah, definitely to enjoy, for sure, but it is to lift the veil, to see the truth, to question anything that is unaligned must go. Yeah, to break free from that. Why have the people incarnated on earth at this time? And we got card number 7, and this is our energy of questioning everything again. Awareness, getting a deeper. Do you see both of them? Okay, there's someone breaking free from that veil and seeing who they are at the core. Deeper awareness. You chose to come here. You chose to break free, and again, this person is like breaking free from their veil to see the true self. And I'm seeing behind this veil, this is the first time I'm looking at this. There's Buddha, statue of Buddha behind it. The enlightened being that you already are. The source energy that you already are. The divine being that you already are. The divinity within you. But we can only experience life through the mirror. So if I'm seeing my reality, I'm seeing it as with this, with these objects, with this plant, with this tree, with this thing, with this body. But you're to break free from what is beyond what meets the eye. That's why you incarnated here, to question everything and to find the truth, to come back to that truth within. Why have the people incarnated here at this time? The Hanged Man. I think there was an Oscar movie, or Oscar nominated movie, I think, not Oscar movie. I just saw it actually was, for me, for Archana, it was quite disturbing. I was telling that to my husband. It was because there was the energy of the Hanged Man that came in there. And I ruminated on that for almost like 4 or 5 days. My God, why is the name eluding me? Okay, maybe it's not meant to come. Why you have incarnated on earth. This is the Hanged Man. And in that reading, I said, you're going to see the numbers 12. And I was ruminating on that. This is the number 12. You may be seeing 12, 1, 2, 1, 2, 12, 12, 12, 21, things of that nature. Why you incarnated on earth here? And with the Hanged Man, it is about shifting and understanding a different perspective, a different polar energy. But to me, this speaks of what comes before the Hanged Man is the card of justice. And what comes after the Hanged Man is the Death card. Okay? What comes before is justice. Things that were either done fairly or unfairly. Okay? So perhaps for you as a light worker, you felt unfairness in your life. Okay? You felt unfair. This is unfair. This is not right. Okay? Venom. Not that you were giving venom, but you were around it. You had visited that part of town. Okay? And with that, you started to feel and be not secure. Be not sure that what my path is. What am I supposed to do? How can I do this? So breaking free from that veil. Okay, why you've incarnated here is to gain a different perspective, to help people understand different perspectives. And that's why your past lives are being activated. And I'll come down into, because the question is going to be, how are you going to honor your gifts? Okay, how you can be of service, because there is huge energy that's coming up here about this past life activation with Venom and Healer around it. And I'm feeling, I already know what those gifts, etc. are going to be. So I'm going to wait to receive that to tell you. So you've incarnated here to receive a different perspective, to see things from a different perspective, to break that pattern, to, when people are saying, poison is, poison gives, poison is, poison gives, and you say, no. I got to break that. I got to break that pattern in. I got to get out of this slumber. I need to get out of this. So that's what I'm picking up. Then after the Hanged Man comes the Death. The death is a transition. The death is signifying a transformation that takes place with this, aha, I get it. Oh, I get it. The aha. Awareness. Expansion in awareness. You chose this to gain a different perspective. So sacrificing certain aspects, sacrificing that you will choose to forget that you're a divine being. You will choose to forget your mission, and you will dive into this part of town where there is toxicity, and find your way around it. Find your way through it, through this circuitous pattern of going around in circles, finding and discovering and breaking free, finding that crack in this dimension to see, there's something more beyond it. No, there's something more than this. That explorer energy. Okay, that's what I'm picking up here. Okay, that's what you incarnated here for. Now, how can you use this energy to help Earth, to be of service at this time? Okay, how can you use your energy to be of service at this time? How can the people be of service at this time? Through the energy of the goddess. I'll talk about it. This is the divine feminine. What I'm picking up already is that when we go through toxicity, my house is burnt down, there were other harshnesses that took place. There's a fracture that took place there was soul shock that took place, okay, with holocausts, with hurt, with physical uprootment, physical abuse, mental abuse, sexual abuse, psychosis. So many things that fracture our soul, and we lose those pieces, of our soul. So we forget we're whole. So we're always searching for that piece. So we become harsh. We become, I need to protect it because you're missing that piece. You're missing that part. And how you can be of service to the world here is to, your guides are saying here, pleasure, divine goddess. So to activate the joy energy, to find the beauty in what is. So even if you're visiting that part of town, to see how you can find beauty. You be that anchor. You be that source of joy. You be that source of love. You be that source of rope. Maybe that rope. Maybe you're meant to be that rope. Like a thread, what I'm seeing as a rope is someone who's like passing the rope, like, yes, I found this space, and you know what, I climbed up to that mountain and I see that, there's growth and there's gorgeous, there's beauty, there's abundance here. Come, let me help you. So giving that helping hand to another with that rope word that came up, nothing's by an accident that I'm saying here right now. Your guides are here, my guides are here, Archangel Michael's here, Archangel Raphael's here. I can feel it. And you're here to show, to be that ray of hope, to be the one who's anchoring in that light, like, yes, this is the light that I'm here. You could come here. I have space here. You want to come? Come. Let me show you. Let me help you. Come here. There is light here. Let me hold this light. Pleasure in life. How else you can be of service, I feel, with this pleasure and divine goddess, what I'm picking up is to have and create moments of joy with people around you, friends, create beauty, whether you love entertaining, whether you love doing like flower arrangements, you love something creative. I feel like the nurturing, the loving, the self-care, doing things in groups, doing things for yourself and doing things in groups that bring the happiness, the joy, the lightness to help people bring that healing in, because with your energy, you're going to be able to help others to come into integration, to be able to break free from certain patterns that they've been experiencing in their life. That's what I'm picking up over here. Okay. How else can the people be of service at this time? Experiencing. Okay, this is the Three of Wands. Okay, I love this with this Osho tarot here. Look at that. This is so beautiful to have. Again, 3 is the energy of hope. 3 is the energy of Christ consciousness. For me, it is like a person. Okay, that would be Archana, another person, and we are bringing our energies together, working with the divine, working with source energy, and expanding with that energy. To me, 3 always represents an expansion that one has, an expansion of understanding, an expansion of creative energies and creative passions, an expansion of building things in the physicality, an expansion of ideas. So this is, with this Wands energy, is creative energy, which is a creator energy, and I saw an eagle there. There's a creator energy. So what you can do is to perhaps get groups together. Okay, that's what I feel you can be of service. See how you can create an expansion, whether you have ideas you like to share. Maybe you can create a group where you're sharing ideas, which is again of more nurturing, which is like, I'm sensing communities. With this, I'm already picking up communities. It could be in your work. It could be, you're at home. Maybe you have children, and maybe you create like something. You've gone through a trauma yourself, and perhaps you create like a community. And this is specifically for you. Not that there are already communities existent. This is a message on how you can be of service. I feel that you have this initiator energy with you, and when you can get groups together. That's what I'm picking up. Okay, 3 is very beautiful, and 12 totals up to 3 also. And we have the 5 of Cups. Okay, so yes, so with pleasure and experiencing and divine goddess here, I'm definitely picking up. 5 of Cups is the energy of loss, regret. We're looking at that toxicity, the feelings of like regret. And when I'm regretful, or when I am feeling this energy of a jealousy, then what's going to happen is I'm going to get into competitive. I'm going to have a different mindset. So you at this time are helping people heal from these emotions, these emotional traumas, these emotional baggages, where they're wanting to experience a dimensional shift, where they're wanting to experience the light, where they're wanting to feel that joyness and happiness, but they don't know how, they don't know where, they feel lost. You have this. You have incarnated here at this time to help them with that, to be of service. And how you can come into deeper self-awareness at this time. How can you come into a deeper self-awareness at this time? Let's have a look at this. How can the people come into deeper self-awareness at this time? I'm feeling this. How can the people come into deeper self-awareness at this time? How can the people come into deeper self-awareness at this time? I'll take one message from here. Thank you. How can the people come into deeper self-awareness at this time? How can the people come into deeper self-awareness at this time? I did talk about with the divine feminine energy here. And before I see the others, the first one is how you can come into deeper self-awareness for yourself is, we got the Queen of Cups. Okay, so we got the Cups, shift in perspective, major arcana, 5 of Cups, lack, loss, seeing that energy, seeing spilled cups everywhere. And here comes this, you hold that light. You want to break that cycle. You want to help another person by helping yourself. Offering understanding, offering compassion, offering care, offering to bring in kindness, having that kind word when others are unkind. That's your signature pattern. You are a healer. Okay? You are a healer. And your past life gifts are being activated. Your past life healing abilities are coming to the forefront. Okay? As you are taking and transcending and doing this journey, look at where you can be kind to yourself. Where are you feeling fragmented? How you can be more gentle and more accepting and forgiving of yourself. Where the journey begins with you. And as you begin to bring that healing, you begin to bring that light of awareness to the fractured part of you, you begin the cycle afresh and anew for another. You begin to emanate the light. You begin to emanate a ray of hope. So the question for you is, this is interesting, how you can have a deeper self-awareness. So your guides are inviting you, and I'm going to leave you with this question, is when was the last time I danced freely? So the question for you would be, when was the last time you danced freely? Allow yourself that space. You can put on music. You can be in your room. You can be in your backyard. You can be wherever. Allow yourself the gift where no one is watching you, and allow yourself that freedom. And when you do that, whatever you feel like at that time, there's no judgment like, oh, this is like, look at me, look at how I'm dancing, or this is so slutty, or this is so this, or this is so that. There's nothing. If you want, no mirrors. Just allow. What will happen is it will free up blocked emotions, and it will allow the sacral energy to heal. And this is the energy of the divine feminine. And when you allow, there is a shake up in the energy, and the stuck energy begins to shift and move. Okay? And it also harmonizes a lot of your chakras. The question is, now I'll read here. Because it's dance, that's how you're going to get into deeper self-awareness, because it's going to shift you into a beautiful state, because it's going to get you out of your head and into your body and into your heart, because fear lives in the head, along with anxiety, along with control, along with guilt, along with frustration, along with impatience. In just a few minutes of dancing, you're going to make the shift, dimensional shift. You're going to feel the charge of joy and confidence take over, and you're going to feel a soul reminder to live and lead from your heart. I think I'm hearing the hummingbird. Dancing is a tool to ground us in the now. It triggers happiness, and it is the gateway to freedom. To become free, dance. So today's soul action is going to be dance for 3 minutes. Oh, there's the number 3. Dance for 3 minutes to your favorite song. Angels, I did that already. I didn't do it today. I did that yesterday. Whenever I go into my low mode, I put on something funky, and I have my Dr. Dre headphones, and I'm in my crazy space of doing whatever my body feels like doing at that time. And I just kind of let go, and I realize I just feel so good. Okay, so this is definitely a tried practice by me. I'm using this deck for the first time also. So dance for 3 minutes to your favorite song. Notice the inward fire grow within you. There's the fire energy within you, and the feeling you feel being you. You are a wild, loving force. Express it with dance today. So that's how you can get into deeper self-awareness. And the question is, what do you really want? This is from my creator deck. Okay? What do you really want? When was the last time you danced freely? And this is talking about how you can come into deeper self-awareness is to slow down. Okay? In slowing down and not just doing, so allowing the divine feminine energy of receptivity to guide us. Now, if you're not able to slow down, I would highly recommend, you're not able to answer the question, what do you really want? Start with the dancing. It's going to bring you into the self. It's going to bring in that, activate the energy of joy and happiness. And it is in the moments of joy and happiness where you are closest to the creator and source energy. You're in great alignment. And when you're in that great place of alignment, a lot of aha moments come in. Okay? So that is how you can kind of get more into alignment. So the final question here is how you can honor your gifts. You have this ability to bring healing and light and lightness wherever you go, whatever it is that you're doing. Maybe you like hosting. Maybe you like cooking a meal. Maybe you like, some of the things that I mentioned. It could be, you may think that, okay, I must be like a energy healer, or I must do some therapeutic services for me to be a healer, to be a light worker. No, your light shines in whatever it is that you're doing, okay? Whatever it is that you're doing is where your light is shining, where you're anchoring in and clearing, because you're bringing integration in within you. So wherever this light bulb is going, it's clearing that space there. It's activating the people around you. You're very understanding. You're very loving. You're very kind, and you have a generous spirit. Okay, you have a very softer side, whether you're male or female. You have that, and it has been dormant, but it is being activated now. So honor that aspect within you, because the cleansing is not going to be coming in from a harsh place, but from a gentle, loving place, coming from an integrative place of a love and existence between the masculine energy and the feminine energy. And you also have the gift of making people, you may think like, how can that be a gift? What a kind of a weird gift is it? I mean, people have clairvoyance, clairaudience, and da-da-da-da-da-da. And what? You're saying like, I bring joy and happiness. Do you know what an amazing gift that is? To be born with that innate activation, that wherever you go, you're bringing in this spark of joy and happiness. People look forward to seeing you, okay? People look forward to like, wow, when is my light worker showing up here? You, my beautiful light worker, when are they showing up here? Like they lift the party, and I just feel so good. I feel so much better just them being around when they have these jokes, or they're being so funny, or there was this kind word. And it doesn't have to be something that's like heavy spiritual words that are the ones that are uplifting. This joy, childlike energy, maybe you have this, you haven't explored that part within you. So that is what is being activated within you at this time. And how you can honor these. Let's have a look at how can the people honor their spiritual gifts at this time. I love it. And I talked about kids being that, and it talks about baby steps. Baby steps, action, follow your intuition before it makes sense, which means you gotta beat your mind to it. Because the mind is going to come up with like, don't do this, this is not right, people are not gonna like this, people are gonna reject it, what do you mean you're going to do something like that? Oh, that's too wild, we can't do this, right? The mind is gonna start. Before the mind gets activated, if you're feeling it in the heart, you're feeling it inside, it's not impulsiveness, there's a difference in that. You're feeling that. So take that small step and see how that feels. And that's how you honor yourself. That's how you honor who you are. And as you honor who you are a light worker. For those who are not able to see the light yet within them, then they look at you and they say, oh, that's a ray of hope. Okay? And then through that, remember the word rope came up? So you're offering that helping hand energetically for them to find that light within. Okay? But that will be their choice, whether they choose to experience a higher dimension or not. You got to let them be on that. But the guidance here is action by taking small steps before it makes all sense. No, it should not make sense. It should feel right. If it makes sense, you're probably not going to do it. Right? Because we have activated the logic mind. Let's look at how else people can honor. We got the 10 of Wands. So suppression. Okay, this is the 10 of Wands, which is talking about suppression. And this is like a lot of fire energy has been suppressed. Now, how do you honor this? Okay, so the 10 of Wands in tarot generally represents like, wow, I'm overburdened. Like, dude, I can't carry any more weight than I already have. I'm going to break my back. Okay, so a lot of this is you may be feeling like suppressed with the toxicity. You may be an empath where you're picking up energetically, so you may want to isolate yourself, and I can understand that. So honor what feels right for you at that time. But I also feel a lot of this is that you're suppressing what your inner desire is. You're suppressing who you are at the core. At the core, you know who you are. Okay, but the external is reflecting other nonsense and other stuff, and and you're beginning to wonder, like, I don't know, the external is showing something, I don't know, I'm getting kind of confused between this external and internal. So I feel like how you can begin to honor your gifts is that you trust in the plan and you give all these burdens up to God, to divine, and say that, show me the way. And then what bubbles up inside, you take that baby step, because after the 10, you begin the cycle again. There's an ending. Okay, so whatever difficult situation that you have, where you've had to carry this burden of, you feel this energy, maybe, wherever you grew up, whatever you were raised in, in a community, in an education system, in a religion, or in a culture, in your family, in the place, in a country, we all have like these different vibes, right? We've got all these different vibes and these different opinions, etc. And then you had to kind of suppress who you are. Okay, so in this case, it is saying, like, open that up, take a baby step towards allowing your own gift to shine. Yes, maybe the loved ones will not like me, maybe they're going to say this, maybe someone's going to, so you are the one who is setting a different tone. You are releasing that fear. Does it make sense? So that's what you're kind of doing up here. Okay, just wanted to make sure it's recording. I'll take the final message here on how the people can honor their gifts. Thank you. 4 of Wands. Oh, how beautiful. 4 of Wands. This is so beautiful. I love this. 4 of Wands is, we got the 3. This is the 3 of Wands here. And then we have the 4 of Wands, different decks. This is showing a progression that you are taking baby steps. You, my beautiful light workers, are taking baby steps. And you are taking these steps to honor who you are, to follow your heart's calling, to follow your dreams. You may not realize it. You may be taking these tiny, minuscule steps, but they're not tiny and minuscule. They are major steps, because those steps in the spiritual realm that you are taking is flowing in to your mental body. Your thought patterns will change. Your emotional energy is going to change. And then you're going to align more and more with different parts. And it's going to show up as a different experience in your physical reality. So what I am feeling and how you can honor your gifts is to start to, and I love in this particular deck, they're showing this beautiful sun, which is like this, to me, this always represents like the Leo, the lion, the positivity, the happiness, the child. To me, when I see the sun, it's like a child is always brimming with this big smile on their face, and they don't care whether they got mud or poop on their face, because they don't know what they have, and they're just happy being them, right? So it's the happy, that's that happiness, that positivity, that hope that you're radiating, and start to plant those seeds. When I see the 4 of Wands, it's talking about stability. To me, this is like, I know in tarot they'll talk about this is your home, this is your work, this is your stable place. To me, this is a coming home, whatever that is. In your place, whether it's in that community, it could be in your friends group, it could be at your workplace, right? So the 4 of Wands to me is representing on where I am at that point in time. Okay, so that reality, okay, my work reality, my home reality, my friends reality, okay, so that to me is where the story begins. Rewriting your story, rewriting that. Okay, coming and finding that space and integration and wholeness within. Okay, so understanding that this is a cyclical pattern, and I'm being shown all this yellow. Okay, after where you feel like, yes, there may be this period of darkness, but it's also understand that in the womb, there is no light without the dark. So in the absolute terms, in an absolute sense, there is no such thing as light and dark. It all is. You know dark because you see light. You see this. So what I'm getting at with this is you're going into greater understanding that I'm going to allow myself to be me, and other people's projections and reflections I'm visiting that dimension right now. I'm in that realm right now. What is it that I can do to break that pattern? How is it that I can keep my energy bright and vibrant? And sometimes understand when, when I am cleaning out the house and I'm cleaning out the cobwebs, as much as I may wear something, those will fall on me. My hands will get dirty, my clothes will get dirty, aura will get dirty, we'll pick up that kind of energy, and we may begin to imbibe that and feel that as empaths, that this is me, I'm the one who's, feeling all of that, because at an energetic level, we're all connected. So you have these beautiful gifts of bringing joy. You have this beautiful gift of firing people up, like literally firing people up, getting people excited with this Three of Wands. I feel like you help people build plans. You have this capacity and a gift of building things, of being excited, of allowing different opinions, because Three Wands meaning this is my spiritual energy, this is what my dreams and my creative spark. Another person comes in and a third person comes in. So you are working with so many different energies, and you have this gift of blending. I'm feeling like you have the ability to blend different things. And I feel like that at this point in time, what's really taking place is that you are activating your true life purpose. You're activating your soul gifts as a healer in whatever capacity that's meant to be at this time is being activated and coming to forefront. So some of the shadow sides have to come up. Some of the unhealed parts have to come up, where there has been a repression, where you haven't talked, where the energy has been repressed, so the fractured or the fragmented parts of the soul that are around are now, you're coming back and bringing them back into wholeness. And through that period in that womb, there is the incubation, there is the growth, there is the wholeness, there is the nurturance. And through that, then a new reality, a new ray of light is being birthed. And that is you. Any other messages before I close this reading? Okay. So the final message is trust your timing. Trust the wave you have come in on. Time is not running out. There is a wave that you have chosen, and you have chosen to incarnate on earth on this wave at this time. You chose this. You're here in this exact moment of time of your choosing. Recognize the divinity within you and honor that part. And I see that taking place. And through this period of breaking free from toxicity, you're going to bring in deep healing, and a lot of your past life gifts of the feminine energy is what's needed on the planet right now. And you don't even realize the healing that you're doing. It's not going to be through the words. It could be through that smile, through the food that you make, or you help somebody cross the street and you think it was so random in 1 second, and that changed that person's life, and that person didn't expect that. So you are this creator. You are this magician. Anchoring in this light here. I feel complete. Yes, I'm not feeling any more messages need to come. So with that, I shall close this reading. And I sent you many blessings of love and light. You are my beautiful light workers. I'm happy to assist you. I'm happy to be here, to be of service to all the ones who are servicing the world. Reach out to me if there is anything in your personal sphere that you would need help with, you need more guidance on. Just whatever you're called to, I'm here. And details are in the description box of this video. Sending you all love and light. This is Archana here with Divine Soul Resonance. Bless you all.